Hello and welcome. This is a reading for the collective, and it's the 22nd of July, so we are in the full moon of Capricorn, full moon in Capricorn energy at the moment. And we're going to just use a central card from the Lemurian Star Child Oracle here, and then we'll grab some tarot cards and see what happens from there. So at the moment, lots of energies happening. I don't know if any of you have kind of starting to experience as you're falling asleep or in your meditations, just kind of some of these other energies or galactic beings coming around. It's kind of awesome. Had a little experience last night, which was kind of nice. Basically, one of my other dimensional selves from, basically with two Pleiadians, just kind of introduced me to my higher self, one of my higher self aspects from the Pleiades. And then basically informed me that this aspect of myself was able to do healing. And so I asked it to heal me as I was falling asleep. And it was definitely, there was some energy coming through. I could sense it sort of right through my back. And it was kind of awesome. So I don't know if any of you have had experiences like that. I mean, many of us have higher aspects of ourselves in other collectives, and we have lots of talent, skills and abilities that maybe we're not using in this dimension, but maybe we will down the track, because we are waking up to all of our talent, skills, gifts and abilities, and it's so awesome. But along with that, I'm not going to say suffered, but I've sort of been very empathic and very sensitive throughout my life, and this is kind of experience, and I think some other experiences to come are going to be kind of really energizing us empaths to really feel stronger in ourselves and to really help us to move forward with what we are, our mission here, okay, with what we're doing. I'm going to grab a card here now. And this is kind of going to be, here we go, yes, stepping stones. Okay, so at the moment we're going through step by step, these high frequency beings will be introducing us to basically ourselves, okay, our higher frequency aspects, okay. Take the next step, let go of the old paradigm. Wow. We're going to grab some cards to pop around this to see how we are going with this little idea of letting go of the old paradigm. I really love how we've got the pink lilies here. I finally got myself some pink nail polish, and I just decided to paint my nails that one a couple of days back, and I'm kind of liking how that matches in. Anywho, that's a strange side point. Let's grab a card now for, let's just see what the crossing energy is going to be. I have the Light Seers Tarot here, which is a beautiful high frequency deck that I really love working with. And I think, relevant for the times we're in at the moment. We have the Nine of Cups. So guess what, folks? It's looking like, in terms of us transitioning, that this is going really well for us at the moment. I think many of us are tuning in to these new energies that are coming through. We're letting go of things. We're cleansing ourselves. We're releasing old energies that are no longer serving. And we're moving into new ways of thinking, feeling, being, behaving, and everything. And I think this is just, I have a feeling this is just going to be a really upbeat, positive reading, which I think is really great. And so the full moon in Capricorn is actually apparently a great time for, introducing putting some things in place that really help us with our emotional well-being. Okay, so really supporting ourselves, nurturing, and encouraging ourselves step by step here to move forward with helping ourselves emotionally, physically, mentally, okay. And Capricorn, of course, is that beautiful, slow-moving energy. Okay, the next card we're going to have, which just reminded me, it's just jumped out, is the Seven of Cups. So this is just recently, the Seven of Cups energy is about, having more options open to us. It's about making choices. It's also about sorting what is true and in alignment and authentic for us, and what is not in alignment, and what, what's you know, the vibrations, we have be able to choose now what frequency we want to be at. So I think recently many of us have come to this realization that, you know, it's a choice. You know, we have a choice in this matter. And also to remind everyone that whatever we choose now, according to our level of, you know, where we're at, frequency speaking, choices we make now may be different from the choices that we're going to make, you know, in the future down the track. So yeah, it's going to be a continual awakening, a really exciting time of really, like this. Look at this guy here. He's like really curious about, you know, what's under this one, or, you know, what maybe he's trying to remember what's under there. But it's this energy of curiosity, inquisitiveness, being open-minded about looking into ourselves, and yeah, basically getting to the bottom of us. Oh, doesn't sound good. Basically understanding ourselves in greater depth, okay, in terms of our consciousness and what we are capable of, which is just, it's going to blow our minds, okay. Let's grab another card here. If it doesn't jump out, I'm going to grab one, cut and grab, and we have, and here we have, this is kind of like the old energy. This is something from the past, okay, and that could be overthinking, analysing, because I think now we're going to be definitely moving, and I'm really sensing this energy now that's coming through, and Pleiadians are kind of helping me with this today, I think, and that is that we are definitely moving more into a feeling, okay. We are going to be, all of the feelings and emotions are going to be coming forward for us, and we're going to be able to really tap into and identify what brings us joy and happiness and bliss, okay. If we haven't had an idea of what those things are for us, we are going to be getting clear on what those things are, okay, because this is a very intellectual, analytical card, okay, and you know, in terms of human evolution, we have gone through an intellectualization phase, which has kind of happened along with the industrial era and all the rest of it. And as we know, the you know, the masculine mode kind of took over, and the feminine mode, which is all about sensing and feeling and receiving impressions, kind of got pushed to the wayside, okay. And many of us now realise that, you know, the feminine is coming forward more to be heard, but the masculine is going to be, they're going to support each other, okay. But there's just a balancing out that's going to be happening in terms of our masculine and feminine. This is actually quite, you know, masculine energy, and here we have, you know, the feminine, so they're going to be balancing out. Let's grab another card here, and yeah, so here we have the Knight of Swords. So this is like a swift moving energy, and it's like we're going to be moving with more energy and vitality towards perhaps new adventures, new vistas, but also communicating, okay, expressing with words, you know, creative expression, and yeah, it's kind of like it is definitely a combination of these two cards here, because here we have, you know, he's perhaps identifying, you know, what's going to be what fires the person up here, and what really brings him joy and peace and happiness, okay. And here we have this guy here, you know, he's thinking about it from an intellectual perspective, and here we have this combination of the swords, but we have the action, you know, we have the red shoes here, we have the, you know, like the passion and almost the spirit guidance up here as well. So it's kind of like we're going to feel as though we are being guided, and I think that's going to be one of the big shifts, one of the new paradigm things, that step by step we're moving towards this beautiful source connection. We're going to be able to feel really guided and feeling you know, at one with our soul essence and what our soul is here for, okay. Because we are all very different. We all have skills, different skills and abilities in different combinations that are going to come together in different ways, okay. Let's grab a card now. This is just for an opportunity, and here we go. Yeah, Three of Cups. Like I've said, I felt this is going to be a very positive reading, and this is like joy, connection. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is almost like a picture of the Pleiades. So this is almost like these people here in joy and bliss, that we are acknowledging our star, our galactic origins, okay? We are waking up to that, and we are sharing this experience with the collective, okay? And it's bringing lots of happiness, peace, and joy and relief. You know, it's just going to be a freaking relief, honestly. Because many of us are going to, it's this idea and this feeling of having to struggle and strive and having to, like, you know, operate within the system and, you know, all this type of stuff. It's just going to kind of alleviate, because we are going to be able to, you know, in our strength and in our power and in our emotional release, we're just going to be able to be the authors of our own lives and just saying, look, this is how it's going to happen for me, because I need this, 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 and this. And I also need to fulfill these responsibilities, but this is how it's going to come together. And this is also what the full moon in Capricorn energy is going to help us with. Okay, it's about creating those systems that are going to give us the optimal experience and the optimal outcomes, optimal productivity, optimal, you know, and we're going to be able to do it with self-care, self-honoring. We're not going to be over pushing ourselves, okay, and we're not going to be being too laid back, but we're going to know how to balance that out. We're going to know when to relax. We're going to know when to step up and take action, okay? It's just mastery, okay? It's just the word that's dropped in my mind now, is that, folks, we are coming into our mastery here. I've got chills. Thank you, Pleiadians, for helping me with this reading today. The next card we have here is the Five of Wands. This is kind of like a struggle, but it's also like a honing. It's a fine-tuning. It's a working with others to improve the situation. So here we have these people are constructing this apparatus here in order to reach this light or to send this energy outward here. But it's almost like if they're in this little cave, perhaps they're working on finding a way that they can set themselves free, okay? And I think this is why the card's in this position. It's about really working so that collectively we work with each other in order to, step by step here, move into the new paradigm and out of the old paradigm. This reading is so awesome. Let's grab a card now for perhaps what's going on in the environment. And here we have the King of Pentacles. And yeah, can be a card, you know, of finance, of, you know, creating a home environment, of holding space. But I think, you know, what's coming to mind now is that it's the holding space energy. So what's going on around us is that, you know, there's some big energies coming in that are really here to support our nurturance, our nurturing and our growth and our development. Okay, and this is almost like, it could almost be like the higher self aspect of us that is in contentment. It is in source connection. Okay, this is very earthed, very grounded. And this is almost like, you know, like an animal spirit guide here as well, or representing the intuition. Okay, so we have all of these types of energies around us at the moment that I think are assisting us, and yeah, being grounded. Okay, holding space for ourselves and others, holding space for the collective, being the masters of our own destiny and the masters of our own lives. We have two kings here in this reading now. Let's grab a card now for something that may be a challenge. Yeah, okay, so this is the challenge, which is that healing, which is that as we let go of the old paradigm, okay, and move into the new one, this can be about letting go of perhaps beliefs or ways of thinking that haven't really helped us. It could be about letting go of energies from the past, you know, like betrayal, disappointment, trauma, all of this type of thing, all right? So it could just be about releasing emotionally. So this could pose a challenge for people, because sometimes when these things come up, they can feel unpleasant, but we need to just remember that emotions are experiences. Emotions don't really define us, and they are not actually the soul in essence. Okay, they are, when we have emotions that rush through us, like, you know, they can be really powerful. Okay, but we also need to just remember that our soul is in deep peace, joy, bliss, connected to source. Okay, so even if you feel completely overwhelmed by emotions and you're just like, how the F can I feel my soul right now? This is when we hold space. Okay, and it's then about also getting help if you need that. And it's also about perhaps getting some, you know, emotional support. Okay, and it's about finding ways to express the emotion, perhaps through art, through voice work, through body work, through craft, through, yeah, like painting, singing, voice, anything that can help you to release that emotion, okay, to allow it to flow out of you, right? So that it's a letting go of process, okay? Let's grab the last card here, and this is going to be for action or caution, and here we have rebirth. And this is exactly what we are doing when we, you know, ultimately when we let go of the old paradigm. But we need to remember that this is a process, okay, and that rebirthing is a process, okay? It doesn't happen like in 10 seconds and you're done, right? It takes months and if not years, okay, to go through this process. Okay, the death card is always a, you know, like a slow moving energy, but to remind you also that if this is coming up for you, that you might feel overwhelmed by it in the moment, but if you can also activate your observer mind and just think of it in terms of the big picture. The big picture is that, oh, I'm in this process of releasing old energies, okay? And then it's easier to have compassion for self, to hold space for yourself, to be understanding, okay? And to see it as a type of rebirth here. Because it's literally like, you know, our heart is being mended. Even though it might feel like it's sort of coming apart, it's sometimes things need to disassemble in order to be reassembled in a new way. Okay. So, yeah. So that's what I have for the collective. We might grab another. Let's actually get a clarify card for the Three of Swords there. Everyday Witch Tarot. But, you know, yeah. And this is also a reminder, you know, whatever step you feel that you are in, you know, be on that step. And then when you feel like you've moved through that step, or whatever that is, metaphorically speaking, for your releasing and moving into a new paradigm, then you're ready to take the next step, whatever that seems or feels like for you. And I also feel that I understand why this card is in here. Another reason is that step by step, okay, which means that it's also a clue for us to keep present, right? So it's about, okay, I'm just going to take this step right now, okay, and then to not worry about, you know, too much about what's gone before or how many steps you're going to be taking in X amount of time, and is it going to be enough time, and are you going to get all the steps done? And no, it's not about that, okay? It's about just being on the step you're on, being in the moment, making the most of it, and, you know, just really feeling into this energy when you can, balancing out some downtime with some activity time, balancing out your divine feminine with some divine masculine. There's actually nothing wrong with this energy. It could even represent just time out to meditate and contemplate things, okay? And yeah, let's grab just a card to clarify this Three of Swords here. Spirit. Yeah, Four of Cups. So this is once again an energy of, we can choose, basically it's a choice of focus. So we need to remind ourselves that even if we're feeling kind of like this person here, and we might be dwelling on the cups here and we're deeply, you know, upset, it's always to remember that, you know, something else will come forward, and to keep a balance. Probably the key word here is balance, because sometimes these energies, when it's really strong emotion, sometimes it can feel like it's all in your head, like it's a very head energy. Okay, so it might be a good idea to, in terms of balance, to do something grounding, do something with the body, do something with the hands, doing some gardening, walking out in nature, doing some art or craft like we've already mentioned, or doing some sort of exercise, some recreation, just really allowing that, you know, in terms of energy healing, just really trying to move that energy out of the head, down into the body, and just even releasing it into the earth as well, okay, if that becomes too overwhelming there. But this is, you know, just a little reminder that, you know, there might be a cup, there might be something that's on offer to you, perhaps in your community or within your family, or someone may be offering to help you, and it might be, you know, it could be worth considering that, okay. The other thing I'm just looking at here is that, you know, sometimes too, just shifting the focus, like if this person here just turned around and looked at this cat here, like that's amazing how, you know, how high up it is there. And it might be that, you know, sometimes if we are focused on our own thing, sometimes it can be helpful to just look at or be in the vicinity of another person or an animal or something, to just really shift our focus, okay. Because actually being around animals could be helpful for someone like this as well, because some animals and plants are very healing, okay, very healing energy. So that's just a reminder to kind of balance things out, and to just be aware that opportunities may present, okay, that could assist with the balancing of energies there for you. Yeah, so that's a really positive reading for us collective. But yeah, step by step we are letting go of the old paradigm here. And yeah, also I'm just going to grab a card off the bottom of the deck, because often, here we go, this is on the bottom of the deck, it says observe. And I've never seen this card, and I've never pulled it before. It says, loving eyes see all, equanimity, see the truth, and step back. And here we go. This would be actually really great, you know, healing energy for this one here, is to kind of step back and just realize that, you know, there is a bigger picture going on, okay? And to activate that observer mind. Okay, even if you're working on projects with people here, or what your mission is, to just sort of step back and even observe yourself, okay? Or, you know, maybe observe some stars here. And then we're going to grab on the bottom of this deck here, let's grab the light seers. And here we have, wow, the Hermit, yeah. So this is another energy of taking time out to meditate, and yeah, even perhaps contemplating with this full moon in Capricorn, just contemplating whether or not there's a way that you can, or some strategies you can use to support your emotional well-being a little more at this time. Okay, maybe there's something that you've been really wanting to do, but you haven't had the time, or you haven't felt like you've had the energy. Maybe there's something that you could sort of put in place that would assist you with that. Yeah. And let's grab a card here. And here we have, yeah, the Seven of Cups again. So once again, this is like the Seven of Cups here. You know, we have more choices open to us now, and it's going to be a matter of what we are going to select. And I would suggest selecting things that are going to help us with our emotional well-being, our physical well-being, okay, mental and our spiritual well-being as well. Okay, anything you feel that uplifts you and puts you in this beautiful bliss, happiness energy here. Okay, so that's what I have for us collective, sorry, at the moment. And thank you for the Pleiadians for helping us with this reading today. And you know, I can't believe that. I reckon that might be the Seven Sisters there, Pleiadian energy. So I look forward to our next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, an awesome week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.